Hello crafty people and welcome. Today I'm having another one of those days. It's a play day in my studio and I just throw a few things together and see what happens. This is something that I started yesterday and it's turning out kind of nice, and I thought you might like to see what I'm working on. So this is going to be one of the resin geodes that I've been making recently. Let me just bring another over for you to take a look at. So this is another one that I've done. This one is just on one of these cheap kind of canvas boards that you get at the art stores, and because I don't have access to the same kind of art supplies and things that you do in the US and Canada and Europe and so on, tiny island supplies dictate that I have to kind of make do with what I can get. So in this one I have done it with some beads. So if you take a closer look, you can see that I've got some beads here and here, some layers of glitter, more beads, and some various different colours of resin. And it turned out really well. Everyone who's seen it has really loved it, and I've been making a few more of them. I've been making them on these cradled boards. This one is a 6-inch board. This is what it looks like underneath the paint there. This is one of the ones that I got from Jerry's. So you may have seen my art supply video from Jerry's where I unboxed all of my supplies and was really excited. This is one of my birchwood painting panels, the Da Vinci Pro panel. It's just a 6-inch one and it's a cradled panel, so it's hollow on the back. And of course it's nice and firm, which means it's great for doing resin and any kind of fluid art. So today I'm going to make my little resin geode on one of these panels that I got from Jerry's. And up in the top corner, where will it be? Somewhere kind of up here, there'll be a little eye that pops up, and that will link to the Jerry's video if you want to go and have a look at those. So how I like to plan them out, well, first of all, the supplies that I used. I found these ones at my local dollar store. These are like decorative rocks that you would put in your, either in your fish tank, I suppose, or in a vase of flowers or something like that. That's about as exciting as I could get in terms of elements to add. So I've got some of those. And you can see those just in the center of my geode just here. And then I found some of these. These are just like a cheap set of seed beads. If I bring them in closer, you can see what they look like. And I've used a couple of sets of these. So what I did was I took some glue and just glued some of the beads around in a shape like this. And then I've also got just a line of some glass glitter around the outside, and the rest of it I have painted. What I find is really helpful when I start off with the board is that obviously I'll unwrap it first and then I will draw my shape on the board with a pencil, because without being too delicate, I have found that sometimes when I start off with the geodes, if you look at this one here, for example, it has a kind of phallic shape, or it can have when you start off, and unless you're very careful, basically what you end up with is a large phallus all the way across your painting. Or I've seen ones where you can start in the middle and it ends up looking a little bit like a vajayjay. So I like to try and avoid that in my pours if at all possible. So I sketch it out in advance with some pencil. And I do alternating lines of thick and thin. The thick becomes my colour, the thin typically becomes my embellishments. So here I've put my rocks, then I've got a line of beads, then a colour, then some more beads, then a colour, then some glitter, and more colour from the outside. What I find is I like to paint it in advance, because then I can lay things out and I can test out my colours and see how I think it's going to look. So in terms of the colours that I have chosen, I am going colour shift. So I've got this one from Folk Art. This is the Colour Shift Green Flash. That's the one you see here. This one is the Aqua Flash. That's that one. Basically what I wanted was to start off with the green and go more blue as I went out, because I couldn't actually find any green glitter. So I've got blue glitter, so I wanted to make it a little bit more blue as we went to the outside. I've also got some silver, and when I do it in resin, I'm going to use this one. This is a metallic powder in silver. And then just a little bit from the outside just there, I want to use some black. So I'm back to the colour shift, and I've got the colour shift black flash. So I am now going to mix up my resin. I'm going to get my mask on. Here we go. This is the mask that I use. I'm going to put the filters on the side just here. And when I have this on, I won't be able to talk during the video. So I'm giving you a bit of a rundown in advance of what I'm going to do. Then I'll mix up the resin and you can watch. I'll put a little bit of music on and I'll come back at the end and we'll chat about how it went. So I'll get mixing and I'll see you soon. So here it is now, all cured and finished. I have to say, I think it looks pretty darn spectacular. Although it's only, done on a budget with just cheap dollar store supplies, I think you'll agree it still looks really nice, really effective, and there's lots of shimmer and glitter and things to it. If I bring it in a little bit closer, you should be able to see. So the blue and the green paint especially has got a lot of really nice depth to it. Let's see if we can pick up some of that. Where the clear that I poured on top of the glitter and the beads kind of bleeds very slightly into the green and the blue colours, and you get to see the amazing depth, and you get to see the colour of the blue and the green paint that was painted underneath the actual resin layer itself. So it looks really good. I think the stones are all held in there nicely, everything's nice and glitzy and shiny, and the silver and the black especially really nice. The silver, that silver powder is awesome to use in resin, so you can pick up some of that shine there, really nice. And the black colour shift, you can't see it at the moment so well just on the camera, but if you look at it in the light, it's a really black with lots and lots of gold kind of glittery sparkly bits in it. So there we go, that's what it looks like. I think you'll find that I'm very happy with that one. And all I need to do now, the sides are beautifully clean where I put some tape along before, so I just need to put a varnish to finish off the wood, and then this one can go in my Etsy shop. So I know it's been a very quick tutorial with not a lot of explanation here for you, but if you would be interested, I could definitely do a much more in-depth tutorial or a set of videos if that would be helpful. So just let me know in the comments, give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed watching and you would like to see some more. Thanks for watching, see you again soon.